What I'm presenting you with here are two portraits of the same subject, the late Farrah Fawcett, who was a University of Texas student from 1965 through 1968. She then went off to go to Hollywood, where she made her fame and fortune as an actor. On the left, you have Andy Warhol's 1980 portrait, and it was part of a series of celebrity portraits that he did at that time. 1980 was an interesting time because Farrah Fawcett was transitioning from her fame on television to a full acting career. And what you see is a very public portrayal by Warhol in his very signature style, which involves silk screening, which tends to flatten out a photographic image and reproduce it on a canvas with paint. But the flatness of that effect is what begins to create a mask rather than a fullness of image. That masking is very much what we call persona, an aspect of personality that is a role. And of course, as an actor, Farrah Fawcett did play roles, and here she plays the role of herself. And so Warhol aptly depicts that in a very public way, as if being in the public domain really flattens the dimensionality of a human being. The other portrait is by Charles Umlauf, who had a very personal relationship with Miss Fawcett when he was her professor here at the University of Texas. With Umlauf, you have a much richer and fuller, but nevertheless monochromatic view of Farrah Fawcett. Her mane of hair, which is downplayed in the Warhol, is prominent in this portrayal. But Fawcett's reflection, her inner kind of melancholic aspects, are beginning to come out from this artist who really knew her as a complex, struggling, artistic, creative individual. Very few people realize that Farrah Fawcett was a visual artist and made paintings and drawings, a great many, and even sculpture, very influenced by Umlauf. But in the end, you have the phenomenon of one subject portrayed by two very different artists reflecting very different sides of the same person.